and we keep winning. That ain't gonna change as long as we stay true to who we are. We fighters, right?
Hottest show on the CW. All-American, starring our good friend DB. Run down the list of accomplishments, would you please?
Well, he's been on the show several times before, and we always love having him because he always gives us a good story of some sort, like when he talked about going to see House on Haunted Hill and having that interaction with one of the moviegoers in the theater afterwards. But I don't want to spoil it. You got to go on Sway's Universe to watch that interview, and you can hear the story for yourself. He's been in just about every genre of film you can think of, from great classics like How Stella Got Her Groove Back, The Wood, The Best Man franchise, Brown Sugar, and he's done musicals like Chicago and Rent, which was directed by one of our good friends, Chris Columbus. Sway, there's a movie I want to recommend to you called Basic that he did with Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta. You love those kind of movies where you have to pay attention to try to figure out what's going on. You got to put that one, Basic, on your watch list. And right now we have Coach Baker with us from season 3 of All-American, airing right now. Please welcome back Taye Diggs.
Taye Diggs, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey. What's happening, y'all? What's happening?
Man, you know why I fuck with you.
That was a hard F.
That's the homie F, right? That's beyond the business F right there.
Right.
Taye, you know what I mean? That's it. You can fuck with somebody, you see them on the set or you see them in award shows and functions. That's one thing. But when you fuck with somebody, that's something different.
I was like, woo, okay.
Yo,
that startled me. It woke me up. It woke me up.
There you go,
Caffeine
man.
in
All right,
that
okay,
F.
I'm getting fussed with. All right, good morning.
Man, yeah, I love your work ethic, man. I love your work ethic, Taye. I love it, man.
Oh
I
man,
watched it.
I wish I could take credit for it, but I'm just trying to stay working. That's all it is. But I appreciate y'all. I'm in LA right now. Y'all make me miss New York, like on the real.
You in LA right now? Damn, man, Taye, you got the straight 1988 burner phone connection going. Like it's like you got so many clicks in your phone line right there. I thought it's Morse code, Taye.
Right. It's like the whole feds is watching you, bro.
Man,
oh no!
What the hell is happening?
Oh no!
All right,
sorry.
Nah, it's all good, man. I saw you post on your social media a picture of Dr. King with the caption "In honor of the King."
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's give a moment to Dr. King, man. What it meant, just Dr. King, his presence, his legacy, what it's meant to you, his contributions, what it's meant to you.
Oh well, I mean, geez, that's a loaded question. It's so much. He's as everybody knows, he's one of the first African Americans that was introduced to me just growing up.
Okay.
And then the older I got, and the more I kind of delved into African American history, the more I found out about him, and the more he represents when it comes to he wasn't just all about love. This was a very diligent, a very serious, and a very streetwise man. So I love the way he kind of balanced both. But still, made sure not to let anybody, step on him or do anything to what belonged to him. Do you know what I mean? He was not just a softie. He was a very strong man as well. So that's what stands out most to me.
Reminds me of Taye Diggs right there. Not a softie. I know we've had a lot of conversations with Taye. Taye, we done talked about everything under the sun. It's usually not about your project. Although All-American is that shit. Congratulations with that on season 3.
I'm appreciative. Thank you, sir. Yeah, then this is something that I'm very grateful for. I had no idea that I would end up being on a show like this. On CW, working with a bunch of young people doing a high school, what a lot of people call a high school drama. I had no idea, but this is one of the most. This has ended up being one of the most important projects of my life, to be honest. Yeah.
How so? Why you say that?
It was. I'm at a point in my life where I just kind of am trusting, my instincts and kind of the universe. And not going by, a lot of what I was kind of raised to do, coming up in the business. You know what I mean? When you're young, I wanted to be the next Will Smith, and I wanted to be and travel around the world and do all these movies, and then you're also told that that's the thing to do. You know what I mean? But with this project, something told me to just, stay put. I really loved the script. It wasn't about, working with other names or other movie stars. Or I went with kind of my gut, and took a little bit of a pay cut. Something just told me that this was something that was going to be important in my life, and it certainly has been. I've made some really wonderful friends. I feel like just personally, I've grown as an actor. I've put myself in situations that I otherwise, would not have thought I would let myself be, so vulnerable at certain times. And this is a program that is really resonating with the young people, and it's also a show that I can watch with my own son, and that is great. That is something that I really, really relish. He's at an age where he's almost a teenager, and some of these situations, we can watch on this television program and then discuss, and that's huge. That's huge because as a parent, as I'm sure all of y'all know, some of these what kids are going through today can be tough to discuss, and this show is an easy gateway.
How have you addressed, like, if you think about, we've had a lot of conversations in the past about everything family, even race, right?
Sure.
And even race, how it pertains to you. And this past year, race is in everything we're learning. It's at the core of everything, right? In this country, at least. And this discourse, this national discourse has been happening, but how has it happened in your home? How have y'all discussed race in your home with your family and your kids?
Well, we had we actually had episodes where where young the young black men on the show got stopped by cops, and we discussed that. My son discussed that, and then it's really difficult to not with have these discussions with what's going on in the world. So I let my son lead, and any questions he asks, I just give him an honest answer, and if there are answers that I don't know the answer to yet, I'll give my opinion and say so some of these things the daddy doesn't quite know yet, but we can figure it out together. Mm-hmm. But I always let him know that he can come to me, and that any situation that he comes up against, that he should feel comfortable to bring that to me, and then we can discuss it.
Yeah. Taye Diggs is here. We talking All American Season 3 on the CW. Tracy, you want to chime in?
Yeah. So good to hear your voice, my dude, sincerely. And I love that you gift yourself with humanity, you know what I mean? By telling your son, listen, daddy does not know this, but let's learn it together. That way I feel like also your son is okay if he doesn't know something, going to you and feeling like, all right, there's that level of vulnerability. I'm not going to know-it-all. So I appreciate you sharing that. I thought it was subtle but powerful. I want to ask you, Taye, because you celebrated a humongous birthday at the kickoff of the year, buddy. Big, bold, beautiful 5-0. So happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, family.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you.
So listen, bro, because I'm a woman and I look at how anti-aging is just marketed to me out the ass. You know what I mean? It's always like, how can women get rid of these? And I don't really see it for men, but at the same time, I just know, especially in America, even just hearing something like the youth are the future, it's all about the younger generations. It almost feels like your best years are when you are younger. But then we just had our good friend of the show, Bevy Smith, and her tagline is, it gets greater later. So for you, Taye, was it easy for you to embrace becoming 50? Were there ever any like qualms or fears? Or does it resonate with what Bevy said about it gets greater later?
That's a great question. And it's a bevy of a bunch of things. It's more the latter. It's more, the older I'm getting, the more experience I'm realizing I have, and the more the more I know, you know what I mean? And the more I know, the less I care, if that makes any sense. When you're younger, it almost doesn't match up because you care about everything, but you don't know nothing, so you're just running around trying to do what you think is right. When you're older, you've fallen down, you've gotten back up, you've watched other people succeed and fail, and there's a certain there's a sense of relaxation that feels so good. A lot of times when I was younger, I used to look at my parents and they would embarrass me. They would say things as if they didn't care, and it would embarrass me, but I could tell that they didn't give a fuck. And to reach a certain age where you really don't give a fuck is kind of awesome. You know what I mean? 'Cause it allows you to have a certain freedom, and it's almost like everybody's talking about entitlement and privilege. It almost gives you a certain element of entitlement. You really don't care. You don't care what people think, so without that element of caring, it allows you to go further and to do what you want, and to kind of really focus on what you need and your passions and your dreams. You know what I mean? But then on the other side, it's the knees are creaking and these little young girls are running around and my ears still perk up. So it's all all that stuff still. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's all that perks up though, huh?
Oh snap!
You just
I can't mess with these young ones no more. I forget that I'm 50 years old.
Y'all dang. How your quarantine been going, Tay?
Oh my gosh, the ears perk up. That's all. It's a false alarm, Tay. Don't even listen to your ears. The rest of you don't want the smoke. It's just your ears. The ears is the ears is the last. The ears are the last thing to go.
I'm dead. Nah, you dumb. You are dumb, Calloway.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Tay, I see you too. My ears perked up. I put a hat over them.
I heard that.
Yeah, man.
That's
calm down,
the point
ears.
of the hat. We finally got it.
You get the hat now? I put the ears. Chill out.
Oh,
You just barking. You ain't trying to do nothing to that tree.
Oh my God.
It's the realest thing ever. All right, Taye Diggs is here. We talking about All-American. Man, let me ask you this, too, because I'm glad you touched on taking a pay cut and, really playing a supporting role in all of this. And
yeah.
Talk about that dynamic for you. Well, I mean, just
go ahead.
No, I'm gonna let you go, Tay. Go ahead.
It's at this point in my life, this shoots in LA and my kid and his mother in LA and it's just real. It spoke to me. I'm working with a bunch of really, really talented and really wise beyond their years. These young actors and actresses that I'm surrounded by, and it's been a wonderful give and take with me being there if they have any questions about the business or certain difficult scenes, and them just teaching me, just them being just young and energetic and excited, because it's easy to get jaded in this business when you're working with networks and publicity and agents and lawyers and whatnot. So I kind of gleaned from them this kind of energetic, excitable, youthful energy, and whenever they need it, I can just kind of share my experiences with them, and it's been great. And then the cherry on top, which actually I probably should have led with, is just the work is wonderful. You know what I mean? It's really, I feel very proud to be a part of something that is very current and that people can discuss, subject matter that people can discuss with their friends and with their family, and things that are going on today, that a lot of kind of other TV shows and other networks kind of choose to sweep under the rug, and we're running towards it face on. So I really give credit to NK, our she's our showrunner, and she's at the top, and everything is falling down very nicely.
Hey, Tay,
Okay,
you
man.
touched on the your co-stars who can come to you for advice on business within the industry, and that's something that we discuss frequently on the show about, musicians, artists who get into bad contracts, or whether it's athletes who, go broke because they don't have any financial literacy. And so, can you sort of give anybody who might be an aspiring actor who wants to get into the business of Hollywood some advice on the pitfalls to avoid, whether it's contracts or, taking a low cut when you should be probably asking for more, that sort of thing? Can you give some experience with the business side of Hollywood?
Oh, it's another good question. The most important thing I could say is just make sure, regardless of your age, if you're starting out, actually, even if you have a little bit of experience, everybody's position is going to be different. Everybody's situation is going to be very specific to them. So I can't give kind of a blanket, a blanket kind of, school and what they should do. But I would say make sure they find someone that they trust, that they can ask, that knows them, and that also knows the business, so that they can kind of apply, what they need to a specific situation. You know what I mean? I could easily say, make sure you know your worth and only do projects, that you feel strongly about. But sometimes, every once in a while, something will come towards you, and you might not feel good about it. You'll take a risk, you'll do it, and it blows up your career. You know what I mean? Or sometimes, you might, there were certain people that told me never take a pay cut. Never go beneath your they call it a quote, what you're supposed to get paid. But then, if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have, found this show and met all these wonderful people and had all, been exposed to people. I think this is the most popular show I've ever been on. And that's
All American.
That means something. You know what I mean? Not for a little bit for my ego, but to know that the work that we're all doing is getting seen and is appreciated by so many people, that means something. So, it's more about knowing who you are, figure that out, and then finding someone whom you trust that knows you and also knows the business, so they can kind of better give you the advice that you need, as opposed to just general advice that, because that's what people think. People think, there's one thing you can tell one person that, or a few of the 5 golden rules, and you're not going to be famous unless you do this, and you're not going to be successful unless you do that. Yep. And that's not the case. That's not the case, especially on Instagram. Everybody's always saying you'll never, if you want to be successful, you only need to, you can never, if you're going to be successful, you got to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning. I don't wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning. I like to sleep, and I'm just as successful as that. You know what I mean? Everybody is different. Always say yes. Never say no. Nope. Sometimes you got to say no. And then sometimes you say yes. And other people, it's all different. It's different for everybody. It has to do with your own attitude. That's the one thing. It's like, if you really, really want it, you're going to get it. You know what I mean? If you really, really want it. And even then, I know people that just fell into the business. You know what I mean? So I can't even say that. I know people that are, amazing actors that they went on an audition just because their friend was there. And then they got the part, and now, then it's like, that's Brad Pitt, or, I mean, so it's different for everybody. It's just, have fun with it, I guess.
Have fun. Taye Diggs, that's real, man. Let me ask you this on the way out, too. All American aired on the CW. Season 3 aired last night. I was just thinking, there's certain people I could call on that I met through the business that became friends. T.I. is someone I could just pick up the phone. Hey, let me ask you a question. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like David Banner, I could do that with him. DJ Clark Kent. There's a few folks I could pick up. Hey, man, what's up, man? How you doing, man? Hey, let me ask you this.
Don't ever call me.
Do you have anybody?
Call me, Sway. Okay.
Don't ever call you, Tay? Okay, great, good, man. I got your number, too. I was just looking for permission. Taye Diggs, ladies and gentlemen. Nah, just kidding. Fuck the question. Yeah, I won't call you, Tay. Nah, but is there somebody in because you're a leading man, so it's a lot of leading men out there and who are who came up at the same time. Are you, Morris, Chestnut, all these different folks, Terrence Howard. Do you guys stay in touch?
We
Who you
stay
stay
in touch
with?
as much as the business allows. You know, it's still as far as we've come along. You know, as you know, black actors. You know, we all came up together, and we all see each other at events, whether it's award shows or charities, and we're all getting together and discussing whether or not we're going to do Best Man 3. So we all got on the phone together, and we want to make sure that we get paid right. So we see each other when when the business kind of allows. But when we do, it.
Oh, Taye.
Womp.
Damn.
A couple of weeks ago.
Oh.
To discuss Best Man 3, it was really fun, and it made me really want to work with all of them again. So it's you meet some really, really great people in this business, and I feel like I've been really, really lucky.
Okay, great, man. I feel lucky to know you, brother, and then we'll cross paths.
Oh, likewise.
Man, when it all opens up. But in the meantime, I'm watching you on All American, man, killing it. Give it up for Taye Diggs, man.
Yeah.
On the CW. And then tell Breezy, we said what up. Tell Daniel Ezra, we said what up. All these folks been on the show. All right, Taye, be safe, brother, and happy New Year, and have a great year. It's Taye Diggs, man.
Thanks,
Peace,
Bye,
brother.
Taye. God
Peace,
bless
brother.
you.